Pakinggan natin ang pahayag ng ating kasama sa University of the Philippines Asian Center, si kasama at ng FTC, si kasamang Tadem.
Salamat, Gina. Thank you everyone for having come here for this tribute for Comandante Fidel Castro. I really prepare a speech. Being an academic, what I did was to compile some notes which are now 7 pages long. But I will not read the 7 pages, of course. But I would like to, in order not to be repetitive, because a lot has already been said about the Comandante Fidel, let me start off by saying that Cuban President Raul Castro said that Cuba will not name any streets or erect public monuments in honor of his brother Fidel, in keeping with the former leader's expressed desires. This fulfills his brother's desire that, quote, once dead, his name and likeness would never be used on institutions, streets, parks, or other public sites, and that busts, statues, or other forms of tribute would never be erected. Fidel Castro himself kept his name off public sites during his time in office because he said that he wanted to avoid the development of a personality cult, unlike other leaders in other parts of the world. On January 1, 2017, the Cuban National Assembly honored Fidel's wish and passed the required legislation. So, no monuments, no public parks, no buildings will ever be named for Fidel Castro. That I would say is quite exemplary for a leader who was internationally recognized, admired, and also reviled. What I would like to emphasize here is what really is Fidel Castro's legacy to the world, and especially to revolutionary movements and social movements in the world. I would say his legacy, which really needs to be studied carefully by everyone, is the development paradigm, the development strategy that Fidel Castro started in Cuba, which is actually quite unique, even for a socialist state. For one, what Fidel did immediately after assuming power was to forfeit the goal of becoming an economic powerhouse. You know, the big economic takeoff, relying on increases in exports, gross national product, investments, and all the other indicators of what is supposedly a modern industrial society. I wouldn't say capitalist, because even the Soviet Union, even to some extent China, followed that type of development of big industrial growth, relying on the development of big industries, especially the production of steel, which is supposed to be the hallmark of modern development. When the World Summit for Social Development took place in Copenhagen in 1995, many of the world's pressing social problems had already been solved in Cuba as early as 1995. And several of the proposals agreed upon at this United Nations forum were already an integral part of Cuban concept of social development that had been devised and implemented since the very first day of the Cuban Revolution in 1959. While the rest of Latin America embraces the reigning belief that economic growth will solve the problems of poverty and inequity, including so-called leftist regimes in the southern part of Latin America, the so-called trickle-down theory, and had been pursuing policies of structural adjustment and privatization, Cuba has placed its bets on universal social policies and the central role of the state to promote and achieve a just and equitable human development. So the key word here is human development. rather than economic development. Cuba's concept of social development is defined by basic principles that give rise to a multifaceted, coherent, and systematic set of social policies that are comprehensive and universal. One, it is comprehensive and multidimensional in character. Economic and social aspects are assumed to be one and the same and interconnected. The state plays a central role in the design and implementation of social policies that ensure free and universal basic social services. There is broad public participation in the outlined social policies. In other words, you have a highly politicized Cuban population and have been always participative in all major decisions. Individual and social consumption are both improved to provide for higher standards and consumer safeguards. And 6, differential treatment of those groups who are considered vulnerable: children, women, the rural population, with appropriate policies. So the Cuban model does not emphasize economic growth. It emphasizes equity, consistent with its aim of social justice. But equity does not refer only to the distribution of income. It includes equal opportunities and universal access to social services, with special attention to disadvantaged groups, so they can benefit from the existing structure of opportunities. Cuban social policy regarding poverty attempts to eradicate it by addressing the root causes, promoting equity as a means to integrate all sectors of society, fostering human development and well-being, and guaranteeing the entire population basic social protections. As a result of implementing this concept of development and the social policies it implies, Cuban society, for nearly 3 decades, enjoyed a trend towards a more equitable distribution of wealth, which has been documented by so many authors and scholars, as well as institutions, and advanced significantly in terms of social development, as evidenced by very favorable social indicators, some of which are even comparable or even superior to those of developed countries, at virtually the same level throughout the island. In other words, there is no preference or no prioritization of one area of Cuba to the others. According to a 2016 report from the World Wildlife Fund, Cuba is a world leader in social development, implementing a combination of human development and environmental footprint with wide environmental gains. Despite rising levels of consumption all over the world, the WWF praised Cuba's high rates of literacy and life expectancy, while using little energy and not overexploiting its natural resources. Particularly outstanding among these indicators is the Human Development Index, or HDI. Cuba's rank has risen continually since 1998, and it currently holds 50th place, thus placing it on the same level of highly developed nations. And it must be emphasized that these results were achieved by what is considered to be an underdeveloped country, with very limited resources and almost constantly facing adverse economic conditions, as well as the political blockade by the United States. Unemployment fell from 7.1% to 1.9% as of 2015, a rate that can actually be regarded as full employment. So Cuba's full employment, benefiting all sectors of society, especially the youth, women, even the disabled are fully employed. And the people of the country's eastern provinces, the region where unemployment was the highest during times of economic crisis. This tendency towards equitable distribution of wealth in Cuban society is demonstrated by what scholars call the Gini coefficient, which shows a continual decrease in values from 1953 to the end of the 1980s all the way to the current era. It's now set at 0.22 ratio. In other words, the lower the number, the more equitable your country. The Philippines, I think, is about 50. Cuba is around 22. The U.S. has of course, has a higher level of inequality. Cuba's rank is even more significant because these calculations only include monetary income and do not include transfers, social transfers such as healthcare, education, and housing. So if you include the social benefits accruing to Cuban people, then that Gini coefficient is going to be even lower. If you look at the social indicators, Cuba's health statistics are the envy of many far richer countries. Now, this has been repeated time and time again. The healthcare system in Cuba is regarded as a permanent priority and as an area for continuous development. It is available to all citizens, free, without any cost, without a single peseta. Among the more significant results recorded in this area are an increase in life expectancy at birth. Cuba's life expectancy is higher than the United States, actually, although some Western scholars dispute it. So, but Cuba's life expectancy in Cuba is about 79.8 years, whereas in the US it's about just around 79. Cuba also established what is known as the Latin American Medical School, or ELAM. This actually caters to foreign students. It offers a free 6-year medical education. No tuition, no board and lodging expenses, everything is free. It caters to students from low-income families from all over the world. Its student body is a virtual United Nations. And over 100 Americans have studied here. The only condition is that they should return home to serve poor communities. Today, Cuba has the highest number of doctors per capita in the world, 1 for every 150 residents. By focusing on preventive medicine for everyone under a national healthcare system, Cuban health system is probably the best in the world today. As far as education is concerned, this is already legendary. In 1961, Fidel Castro embarked on a year-long mission to abolish illiteracy. The Cuban literacy campaign was even announced by Fidel at the UN General Assembly in 1960. Over 250,000 volunteer teachers across Cuba came forward. After a period of training, the volunteer teachers were sent across Cuba to live and work with the families they would be teaching. This massive effort was fraught with danger as it coincided with the US staged Bay of Pigs invasion. The campaign was immensely successful. Today, Cuba's literacy rate stands at 99.8%, one of the highest in the world. In 1970, as early as 1970, UNESCO declared Cuba to have the highest primary and secondary enrollment in Latin America, which remains to this day. As far as employment goes, and I'm jumping through these 7 pages, Cuba seeks to provide stable employment with adequate remuneration to all employees in accordance with the economic and social profile of the country. The guiding principles in this regard are equity, again, always equity, and the inclusion of all social sectors, including the working class, the youth, single mothers, and the disabled. In Cuba, women play an outstanding role in national development and enjoy equal opportunities both with respect to employment and remuneration levels. The number of women with professional and technical responsibilities exceeds that of men in similar occupations. Some 30% of Cuban women occupy executive and administrative positions, while 66% are engaged in the professional and technical spheres. At present, the unemployment rate is one of the lowest in the world, only 3.3%. But in the field of social security, social assistance and social security provide protection for more than 1 million persons. Programs developed in this area cater to the needs of senior citizens, single mothers, and social cases. No one is left outside the social security system. So, here you have it. Really have a very unique development strategy for development. So whenever you read in Western accounts, Cuba is suffering, that Cuba exports are down, that people do not have 100 choices for shampoo in the supermarket. Remember that this is consumerism was not a goal of Cuban development. Simply to have a more equitable distribution of resources, that no one will go hungry, no one will be homeless, no one will be too poor to not being able to afford the basic services of education, health, and housing. And that is the Cuban model of development, which actually is extremely difficult to achieve. Because only Cuba has been able to do that. Not even any of the other socialist countries have been able to achieve that, because they have all been fixated on following the Western model of development, of high industrial growth, which is of course very destructive, not only of humans, but also of the environment. Thank you very much.